Hello ladies and gentlemen, Adrian here for digitaldojos.com. Today I'm going to be giving my recap and overview of Microsoft's Windows 10 hardware event. So Microsoft announced a ton of stuff today. I'm going to be focusing primarily on the new hardware they announced, and I wanted to start off by giving the recap of the event in itself, and then from there we'll go into my thoughts and opinions on the matter. So starting off on the mobile end, let's just jump right into it. The Nokia Lumnia 950 is their new flagship Windows phone. Keep in mind this event was focusing on that of the new Windows 10 hardware, what we can expect from Microsoft and Windows 10 to be adopted on mobile phones, tablets, PCs, of course. So this 950 is going to feature a 5.2-inch screen, Snapdragon 808 processor, liquid cooling system, yes, on a phone to keep it running efficient, a 20-megapixel pure view camera, and an IR sensor for integration with that of Windows Hello for Windows 10 to log in safely and securely. That's going to retail at $550, and you can expect that in November timeframe. Now, the big brother of that phone is the 950 XL. This is actually the extra large version, the 5.7-inch screen size as far as the display goes, and that's going to retail for $100 more. So very similar to kind of what Apple does with the 6 and the 6S, or I should say 6S and then 6S Plus. Now, however, outside of the flagship devices, they also announced a budget Windows device, so a cheaper spectrum as far as the Lumnia devices go. That is the 550, and despite it being a budget phone, it's going to feature a quad-core CPU, and it's going to retail at $140 baseline. So if you're looking for an entry device as far as a Windows 10 device goes in the phone, then that's really a safe place to start. Now, on top of that, they announced some accessories for their line of Windows 10 phones, and primarily that being the display dock. This allows you to connect via a Type-C connector into a dock that has HDMI, DisplayPort, and 3 USB ports, so you can connect essentially your phone and set it up in a full desktop experience. You can hook it up to a monitor, TV, what have you, and get that full desktop experience without interrupting your phone. So you can use your mobile operating system all the same, while also, of course, having a separate sort of desktop Windows 10 experience that's all powered, again, off of the mobile device. Now, into the tablets. The Surface Pro 4 was announced. It's a 12.3-inch tablet that's going to feature up to 1 terabyte of storage, so that's 1,000 gigabytes of storage, ton of storage, 16 gigs of RAM, Surface Pen, so their stylus that they've updated with interchangeable tips, and of course all the sensitivities and pressure sensitivities, tilt, all that great stuff. And that's going to be coming out October 26th, and this goes baseline retail for $900. Now from there, the big announcement that kind of threw a lot of people off was the Surface Book. This is Microsoft's first ever laptop/hybrid tablet, I guess you can call it. It's the first time Microsoft is controlling the hardware and software aspect. There is no, this isn't made by Lenovo or Nokia or any other hardware manufacturer. This is purely a Microsoft experience. It's going to be a 13.5-inch display. It's going to feature touch input, so you can usually use your finger on the screen or the stylus, whatever you prefer. Up to 12 hours of battery life. A brand new I should say brand new, but a new sleek design as far as the keyboard, the glass trackpad. Everything is all designed by Microsoft, and it features a really unique design. And one of the things that they really focused on was this dynamic fulcrum hinge that it features, which is a really unique design as far as there's a gap and it kind of looks like a futuristic book spine. I don't know. And that's also going to be coming out October 26th and retailing for $1,500. The aim of that device being for professionals, of course, who want a full laptop-based experience, but at the same time want the ability to easily dehinge or unhinge the screen from the laptop and use it as a tablet and use it in whatever form factor you prefer. So this is a true professional device that can be used in a laptop/hybrid tablet form factor. On top of that, they announced a ton of different accessories like the HoloLens development kit and some new type covers and things of that nature. But that was a majority of the hardware, and it's a lot if you think about it. I got to give props to Microsoft at this event because they just dropped a ton of new hardware for us to expect for Windows 10. Now, as far as the mobile phones go, I think Windows Phone still has a long way to go. If you're a Windows Phone user, if you like the Windows 10 experience and you want to get on the phone, these Lumia devices are really, really great hardware, from the camera to the screens, the liquid cooling system. I still think they have a lot to go as far as competing with that of Android and iOS, who have majority of the market. I still don't see a lot of people seeking a Windows phone unless they're really, really rooted in that environment. The display dock is nice. It's nothing new. We've seen it with the Ubuntu phones and other Android phones. I think it's probably the way of the future, where we'll be using our phones as like a supplement to our full desktop experience. Like we'll go to our desk, dock it, and have our full desktop experience. But I don't think too many people are rushing out for that right now. Surface Pro 4, amazing updates. Pretty big competitor to the not just the laptop space, but in somewhat, of course, the tablet space. And it's hard to compare it with like a tablet in the sense it is a tablet, of course. It's portable, it has that form factor. But, this is running full Windows 10. You're not getting like an iOS. You're not getting Android, which are mobile operating systems. You're getting a full-fledged Windows 10. And yes, Windows 10 has a tablet mode. I understand all of that to make it more user-friendly on those devices. But again, it's hard to compare those two because they're very, very different devices in my personal opinion. The Surface Book, and that's why the reason I think in their presentation they didn't compare like the Surface Book to like an iPad Pro or any tablet for Apple. They compared it to that of like a MacBook Air or a MacBook Pro, which I think is a much more fair comparison. And it features really great specs, amazing hardware, and a really interesting design. I like seeing Microsoft try something new, for once listening to the user feedback and trying something, revolutionary and different for Microsoft. So it's interesting. I don't know if it's going to win everybody over, and I don't know if it's, I feel like this is a laptop that they should have introduced years ago. I feel like this is something they needed to do either with Windows 7, Windows 8, to show that, they're capable of changing it up and trying something new. I don't want to say it's a little too late because, at the same time you can argue it's better late than never. But it's interesting. It's interesting seeing Microsoft going in this direction, trying out the hardware and software combination. Yes, they're cutting off a lot of their manufacturer friends out there, but as Apple has showcased, in controlling that environment, it's proved to be very, very successful. So it'll be interesting to see Microsoft's spin on it. Overall, it's really great hardware. You get, very competitive hardware, faster hardware than the competition out there at a even better price. But of course, in the end, it really comes down to software and experience. And at the end of the day, who knows if this will be enough to change some people's minds or go away from Android or go away from iOS. That's what I want to turn over to you guys. With this new announcement of the Windows 10 hardware, is this something that would persuade you to switch to a device or pick up a new device? I've been meaning to try out the Surfaces, and maybe this will be the time to. But right now, I'm so invested in iOS and OS 10 and that unification it has for me personally, for work and just personal usage, that it's not something I would, choose to switch over completely despite the great hardware and all that. But maybe it is for you. Who knows? Leave your thoughts and feedback in the comments below. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up if you did, and I'll catch you all in the next one.